Hello, good evening, or whenever you come across this. And happy January 29th. So close to the end of the first month of the year. If you are born on this day, I hope you're having an awesome birthday. Happy birthday to you and an excellent year to come. This day is called the Day of the Compassionate Combatant, and we're going to be reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays, your complete personology guide for each day of the year by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers. So, what can we learn about the energy of this day? So, month January, day 29. Sign is 8 to 10 degrees Aquarius. You're an Aquarius 1 sun sign, and you're a fixed air sign. All right, what do we got? Those born on January 29 stand up and fight for what they believe in, but only if necessary. They have great faith in the ability of reason and human understanding to prevail in most situations, and therefore attempt to work things out as best they can. Generally speaking, January 29 people are provocative only so that others can recognize the issues at hand, examine and discuss them, and make their own decisions. They are rarely, if ever, dictatorial, and do not enjoy imposing their ideas on people. Probably their greatest satisfaction is both living and working together with others in harmony as a team member. For the most part, active and productive in daily life, January 29 people have a remarkably positive side underlying their nature, which on the upside makes them open and accepting of other points of view. The downside of this is that they often stall, put off crucial decisions, and lose direction for periods of time. They are also capable of sticking with a profession they do not really like for years, rather than pushing themselves to find something better. Actually, they have a great need for security, which, no matter how radical or far out they seem, remains a commanding presence in their lives. The emotional lives of January 29 people are extremely complex, perhaps because they are rarely satisfied with the status quo. For example, if they find security in a loving relationship, they may soon grow bored and desire to be free. If they live alone, preferring their freedom, they long for the kind of personal happiness and family life they see others having. Creative people born on this day may yearn for years to be recognized, yet at the same time feel that commercialism can be the kiss of death to their unusual endeavors and stifling to their sense of fantasy and imagination. As mentioned before, January 29 people are generally accepting of many points of view. However, since they will rarely reject an opinion out of hand without examining it first, they may have difficulties making lasting decisions. Their profound human understanding, one of their strongest talents, in the final analysis, can foster ambivalent attitudes which become an obstacle to their success. Characteristically, though, these courageous individuals keep going, battling with equal effort against their own underlying doubts and society's barriers. The key to their success usually lies in building a solid ego structure, tough enough to protect them and realistic enough to advance their aspirations. All right, numbers and planets. Those born on the 29th of the month are ruled by the number 2, 9 plus 2 equaling 11, 1 plus 1 equaling 2. And by the moon. Those ruled by the number 2 often make good co-workers and partners rather than leaders. Such qualities help January 29 people fit in as team players, but may also act as a brake on individual initiative and action. The moon's strongly reflective and passive tendencies underline the above-mentioned points. A strong connection between the moon and Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, can lend independence and idealism, but also produce an emotionally erratic nature that finds it hard or impossible to settle down domestically. In tarot, the second card of the major arcana is the Priestess, shown seated on her throne, calm and impenetrable. She is a spiritual woman who reveals hidden forces and secrets, empowering those of us who heed her with that knowledge. Favorable qualities of this card are silence, intuition, reserve, and discretion. Negative values are secretiveness, mistrust, indifference, and inertia. In health, Those born on January 29 may experience all kinds of physical difficulties adjusting to their environment, most notably allergies. It can help for January 29 people to cut down on mucus producing foods in their diet, notably milk products. Those born on this day may also suffer from hemorrhoids or varicose veins in their legs, which should be treated earlier rather than later, and not necessarily with medication, but perhaps with changes in habits, such as a reduction in red meat consumption and fewer uninterrupted periods of standing or sitting. Regular, moderate moderate to vigorous physical exercise is highly beneficial to the circulatory system and should be continued right through middle age into seniority, if possible. As far as diet is concerned, January 29 people should avoid excess consumption of fat and, of course, any foods to which they are allergic. Advice: toughen up a bit. It's the easiest way is not always the best. Don't insist that you can do without. Express your wants and expect others to do the same. How will anyone know if you don't tell them? And then the meditation of the day is: life itself feels no need to compromise. Ooh, life itself feels no need to compromise. Love it. All right, so if you were born on this day, your strengths could be that you are reasonable, social, and fun-loving. And your weaknesses could be that you are unsure, ambivalent, and passive. All right, now we go to born on this day. Those born on this day. Hey, Therasia, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good start to the week. It's Monday, right? Yeah, today's Monday. All right, so those born on this day. Thomas Paine, British-born American revolutionary leader, political theorist, writer of Common Sense. Anton Chekhov, a Russian short story writer, playwright of The Cherry Orchard, and he was also a physician. William McKinley, U.S. President, imperialist, Spanish-American War, annexed the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Guam, re-elected and then assassinated by an anarchist. W.C. Fields, a comic film actor, Oprah Winfrey, TV radio talk show host and film actress, Ernest Lubitsch, Lubitsch, film director of screwball comedies and Trouble in Paradise, and Ninotchka, Ninotchka. Germaine Greer, a feminist, of the female eunuch, 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 a political anarchist and atheist. Greg Louganis, U.S. Olympic 4 gold medal winning diver, both platform and springboard. Patty Chayefsky, New York playwright, screenwriter of Network. Romain Rolland, a French Nobel Prize winning biographer of Michelangelo. Barrett Newman, color field painter. Catherine Ross, a film actress. John D. Rockefeller Jr., an heir and philanthropist. Tom Selleck, film, TV actor, and Magnum PI. Honorio Oga, Sony Corporation head. Abdus Salam, a Pakistani Nobel Prize winning physicist, elementary particles. Mary Lee Job Ackley, an African explorer and photographer. John Forsyth, a film and TV actor. Luigi Nono, an Italian 20th century composer. And lastly, we have Frederick Delius, a British composer. Hey, Mr. Hugh. Hey, Michelle. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Boom, we did it. The day of the compassionate combatant. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so and I now welcome you to the Daily Oracle poll. And today we're going to get cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray, and the artwork is by Lily Moses. We're going to get an animal spirit card. And that one, that deck is by Colette Baron Reed. And lastly, we'll get a super attractor card. And that one's by Gabrielle Bernstein. So let's get a prayer over these cards. And then we'll, actually, let's leave them up here. And then we'll get, we'll read the symbolism together. All right. Spirit, please guide me as you always do. Thank you. These messages articulate them. Please help me to see the further structure and the symbolism, and to hear your messages, to be spoken as a vessel. Protect everyone who comes across this message, covering them in pentacles of light. We don't need to know for the energy of this day or purpose the way is good. Please and thank you. Thank you so much. All right, first we'll start with the Angels and Ancestors cards. What do we got for our best and highest good? The energy of this day. The day of the compassionate combatant. What do we need to know to help us along our path? One more shuffle. All right. 88. What? I love it. Okay. For our best and highest good, please and thank you. Woo. One card up. Wow, High Priestess. That's the card of the day even in tarot, in traditional tarot. You know, 3 cards fell out even though only one turned up. I'm going to look at them all. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I looked at these. The next card that fell out is High Priest. And then the last card that fell out is the Mirror Guardian. Dude, assimilation. Okay, I'm going to hold up these first 2. Wow, and wow. You know, it's so nuts when that happens. I love it. It's like, I wonder if the artist, I wonder if this was like a full print at some point, but look it's like they go together anyways. Whoa. Symbolism, Egyptian symbolism. Such strong magical energy with you. A real innate knowing inside of you. If you, wow, I feel like you've got to have an inkling about this, that you have experiences in your life where you possibly just know things that are going to happen. You have like a really strong gut feeling. You could have dreams that come to be in reality as we know it. You are being called to cultivate this connection that you have. And it's so strong. It's like, it's really balanced. It doesn't favor one side or the other. It is a view of truth that is inside of you. And this masculine and feminine energy, like coming together in such a beautiful way. We've got this cat energy and this falcon energy, which are amazing animals that you can learn a lot about, and what their significance is when it comes to spiritual paths and symbolism in general. We've got these wings in the background on both of them. I'm feeling called to bring up Vishnu and the Garuda, the giant bird that Vishnu flies around on. And then like the serpent on the top of this, the high priestess head. Oh, what do these even say? So, okay, so harness mystic power with the high priestess. And then the high priest says, intend and create. You're at the perfect moment in your life right now that you have the knowledge and you're able to actually put this knowledge into action. You have all of the mystery and all of the knowledge that is gathered up inside of you, and that's the feminine high priestess energy. And then with this masculine high priest energy, it's actually taking the steps forward to create, do, and be. And I feel really blown away by the symbolism here. Yeah, falcon, especially in Egyptian mythology, there's one of the first, it's the first bird that you encounter in Egyptian mythology, and so many gods that had been considered the falcon, this flight, this sense of flight. And then later on, even through the ages in Egypt, they would adopt that falcon imagery to the gods in their areas, and the stories would change and the symbolism would, shift here and there. It would have like the same base meanings, but they would have a new name attached to it. And I find that to be true throughout history, at least so far through my own studies, is that these energies exist out there. We keep having new names for them. So whatever you call this energy and however it manifests inside your body and your understanding, it's still very real and it's with you. And so if you didn't know that you were this high priestess and this high priest, now you do. And what are you going to do with, being armed with that sort of knowledge? So I guess the advice thereafter is this mirror guardian. Maybe it is an overwhelming idea for you. Take time to reflect. All right. Take time to pause. Take time to really sort out and understand very well how you feel, why you feel what you feel, and what you see going forward from this reflection. It's important for all of us to take time for reflection. There's a time to speak. There's a time to act. There's a time to be still. And in that stillness, great clarity and great clarity will come from this observation in microscopic and macroscopic ways. You are looking into the universe straight through yourself. You also have these 3 beautiful pearl-like jewels on your third eye chakra. Wow, 3, right? You are in direct connection with your oversoul, with spirit, and a cosmic idea of a larger picture. Wherever you are, wherever you grew up, you have a unique ability to see things in a way that other people don't see them. And you also have a unique ability to speak about them and act about them. But this ability of yours only comes after you take this time to reflect. Man, we'll talk about, how long are these ones? They're not that long. I want to read from each one. We also have some awesome sacred geometry going on here. The crown is, heightened in each of these pictures. The crown and the third eye chakra. You have the tools to move forward. Lots of bird energy here in the feathers on the top of her head. Also these extended feathers, almost as if they're like a shadow of you in flight. It's like you are a messenger. I mean, we all are, but your words, they carry weight. Words are spells, and we are creating our world around us every time we open our mouths, right? Certainly actions speak louder than words, but they are led by thoughts, and thoughts then produce the words, and then the words then influence the actions. This reflection is so important. Also, a divinity of white. Yeah, you have a real important cosmic view to share with first yourself and then your loved ones, and who you're actually the one that's in charge of that, who you share it with. You have to be the judge of that. But it feels like there's going to be so much benefit from this huge balance inside of yourself. And even if it's not on like a cosmic world level, I mean, It still is. Everything we do is such an energetic life path. It's an energetic thing. It makes ripples out there. Rose, welcome in. So good to see you. Yeah. It never even has to be something that you like speak on some sort of public platform about. It is the daily steps that you make and the daily thoughts that you hold. All right, let's see. So High Priestess, harness mystic power, align with the light, and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. If you look at them together, you will see they mirror each other's energy. She is she is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bastet. Both exist though, right? Who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. Wow. High Priest. Recognize that you have the power to change your life, face your fear, and align with the light. In many traditions, the High Priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition or, in pagan traditions, be second to the High Priestess, but he is always spiritually connected and disciplined, with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and in connection than you may think. Everything you are giving attention and energy to at this moment is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand. And then watch it happen right before your eyes. You know, even my own life, like this energy and this being called today, and the things that I've been learning about today, and it's just overwhelming. It's just awesome. They just said pretty much everything I said, like way more concisely and beautifully. I guess I probably said some other things that they didn't, but all right, now to Mirror Guardian. This is the real helper between this beautiful balance that you have, this beautiful inner knowing and ability to act. This blend, you know, especially to like coming up, Aluza, Star of Venus. That was one of the cards that was pulled yesterday. And Arumi's message in that was like such a, you know, like a really deep look into beholding both the masculine and feminine energies. And then these cards are coming out today. I'm really thankful about all of the synchronicities this month and how these cards have helped me on my path too. I just feel like lightheaded over it every day. like right now. Okay, so the Mirror Guardian. Love this card. I've never pulled the High Priestess and the High Priest at the same time before. It's really cool. Oh, right. This book is weirdly broken up. It's not all just alphabetical. Like there's categories, and then each category there's then it's alphabetized. Okay, Mirror Guardian, gotcha. Take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The Mirror Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the Mirror Guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to do so as well. It's awesome. I had some thoughts come to me today about my childhood that I hadn't thought of in a really long time, and I'm still reflecting myself on what that means and why they came to me. Because sometimes I felt like I've been like different, like totally different people when I look back. And even though like the vein of me, the vein of who I am has always been there, it's like more of an uncovering, more of a remembering of who I really am. And yeah, all those different things that happen. I thought that if I ever wrote a book about my life, that it would probably be titled Most of It's Probably True. I just, the true and false of things, and, the rhetoric and narrative of society these days. Things can get crazy, right? But where you rest, what your truth is, the things that we say, they hold power. You have that power, and you're being asked to wield it wisely, to reflect and really delve deep on this mystic power inside of you that you are here to intend and create, and that you have the power to do it. Okay, that's so cool. Thank you. Let's get an animal guide to help us along this path, help expand our understanding of who it is that we are, help us reflect on it and become more clear about it. Yeah, one last thing too. It could be a religion. It could be a religious. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I guess just what I'm trying to say is that you could have a very close connection to spirit, to God, to whatever your that higher power is that you call it, and maybe that's a part of this energy too. You're being called back to your roots to really understand where you stand on this, religious. I guess vein, even though I used that already. That's not the word I was thinking of, but yeah. Yeah, that was super unclear. I don't feel like I got my idea out. I didn't know how to really verbalize it. All right, what for our best and highest good? What animal could help guide us aside from this falcon and cat? Please and thank you. For our best and highest good. This reflection on the energy of this day, whenever anyone comes across it. Woo! Okay, I'm just gonna go with this one. There's a stack down there. Ooh, oh my. Okay, so 35 for 8. Abundance. Koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Whoa. Man. Oh yeah, spirit has a plan. And you are like, you're locked into it. You know, we don't have all the answers, right? What was that? Yeah, we it feels like a lot of times hard knocks and things that change that we aren't prepared for or didn't know. Even when you look back in hindsight, sometimes you feel like an idiot. I'm speaking from my own experience. Like, wow, guess that was actually pretty obvious. Or when it's not obvious, we uncover the reasons why things have transpired as best we can. But a lot of times it really boils down to just trusting in spirit, which can be sometimes a hard pill to swallow. That doesn't mean that we're ever giving up on our own personal growth. I feel that a big part of our personal growth is realizing that we don't have the answers. We don't have the plan. What we can cultivate is this relationship that we have with spirit and this vast understanding of the plan that spirit does have for us, that the universe has for us, that God has for us. This koala is almost like in a self-soothing. Did I show you this card? I think I did. It's like a self-soothing going on right there. Hugging himself. It's like holding on to that information and idea inside of yourself, cultivating it and becoming closer with it. Man, the eyes look so wise and like steady gaze ahead. It's like a witness. Eucalyptus leaves. It's just like the tree of California, eucalyptus. I was born there. And so the roads were lined with eucalyptus, and I used to love to like bend those leaves and smell them. It was just amazing. Eucalyptus could be healing for you. It also is cooling on our skin. Don't put the oil directly on your skin. You have to use a carrier oil to cut it because it can burn you too. But it's also feeling like clear pathways with that eucalyptus, like breathing the spirit, the spiritus, that is the breath, that energy. Your third eye is also concentrated in this picture. Your third eye is being drawn attention to in each of these cards that have been pulled. And this is the biggest mandala, like on this koala's third eye here. And if you turn it sideways, it almost looks like an eye. Or like a jewelry that was supposed to look like an eye, some protection. We have the bell here, what was Michelle told me, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. It's a wonderful life, more angelic energy, more being tapped into the vibrations of the universe. And then these mandalas behind this koala, they're kind of like merging together into this sun energy. Also, we have this branch of the tree, a grounding energy, heart space energy. Man, ancestral energy too, with the feathers, and it's almost like face paint on this koala, or even phases of the moon or something. Moon phases was also like that natural feminine high priestess energy. So koala spirit is here to remind you that spirit has a plan, and it's better than anything you could ever imagine. And sometimes that entails, making decisions that aren't the easy path, and trusting in spirit to make the moves, to be guided and led by it every moment. I encourage you to do so. That's something that I'm always working on becoming stronger with as well. And I'm really thankful about how held I've been in spirit, which is kind of like that koala energy too, just being held by spirit. Call on koala. Know that spirit has a plan. I guess, yeah, okay. We'll read 35, 8 abundance change, the discipline 4 change. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing on the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need and that spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly, with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment. All gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you. Excuse me. And know that you are loved and cherished. Your protection message. Are you feeling uneasy and mistrustful of the world? Have you been hiding in a safe spot, afraid to venture out because you're convinced that life and other people will disappoint you? Koala Spirit has appeared to let you know that your faith is misplaced. The present safety you seek is already passing away because all things are temporary and outer conditions are always changing. Find your safety by placing your faith and trust in Spirit, who will grow the abundance that is already yours. Perhaps you are acting slowly and overly cautiously because you lack faith that there is more for you out there than what you know. You may have boxed yourself into a safe place that has nothing else to give, and you become so familiar with it that you have forgotten to explore. Are you feeling pessimistic and convinced there is nothing more out there for you? Koala Spirit reminds you that self-care is meant to replenish you so that you can venture out again in faith, trusting that there is no limit to the joy Spirit wants you to experience. Be good to yourself and reconnect with Spirit to reclaim your faith in things yet unseen. Bam! I hear you, Rose. It's quite the balance to be aware of so much in the world that we disagree with and that we think is absolutely wrong and backwards, and that there's so many things that seem like just despicable. There's so many things out there that seem that way, and it is Earth School, and we do come here to experience both the positive and the negative, and in an attempt to actually grow and expand. And sometimes when we see all this stuff around us that seems like just craziness, like absurdity, it's hard to sometimes trust that you could be in the world, right? We can. And not only can we, we should in our own time, but Spirit has a plan for us, and it is a divine plan. And that is something we can trust in, and that is something that we can continue to develop. And yeah, because there is a lot of ugly out there, but there is so much beauty. And we can be aware of these things, but we can also be a part of the creation that is beauty, that is a solution, that is a way through. Mm-hmm. Spirit has a plan. Koala spirit. It's such a good word. I like that they brought up the whole thing about a koala being slow, because this whole mirror guardian thing, taking the time to reflect, do that. Take as long as you need. It's different for everyone, right? Okay. One last message for the day, because we are super attractors, and let's learn about that a little bit. For our best and highest good, this meeting place of the high priestess and the high priest. What are we looking at? What are we reflecting upon? Yes, man, Spirit has a plan. And we don't have to know. Man, right? Where would be the excitement if we did? I don't know, right? I can find myself getting excited about so many things, even when I do know. But then, sometimes finding out after not knowing could be like the most beautiful unfoldment, right? Okay, what do we got? Last message of the day. Oh, it just popped right out. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. What? You can't pick a better card. Oh my gosh. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Oranges and reds, sunny energy, but it's also that moon in there. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude. Let's read a bit about our sacral chakra. Orange. I am protected from anxiety, immune to negativity. My sense of well-being radiates life energy. I give and I receive. I am a transformer. Yay! Oh my gosh, I thought that this other one was missing. It was just stuck to this one. Yes! Orange. Creativity. The creativity chakra. And that's the meditation that can help strengthen our creativity chakra. I am protected from anxiety, immune to negativity. My sense of well-being radiates life energy. I give and I receive. I am a transformer. Whoa. Dang it. I sure love you guys. Thanks for holding this space down with me again. Oh my gosh. Take the time. It's there for you. Time is an illusion anyways, right? I mean, that's kind of a slippery slope, but I mean, it is an illusion, even though that we, have this river of time, but take all the time you need. And you've got this. Spirit has your back. Meditate on it. Pray on it. Be about it. But mostly just do it like you feel it. Don't take any of the words that I say, as anything. Your thoughts. What I'm saying is that you are in charge, and your thoughts are the ones that are the most important. And my only aim of doing this is just to try and help us through the different cycles of life that we're going through. You don't have to agree with any single thing that I say. I just, but I do believe in us, and I believe in you too. So do it like you feel it. I thank my family, my friends, YouTube, StreamYard, and above all, I thank you, Vishnu. I thank you, Goddess. I thank you, Universe. I love you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Mwah. Take care of yourselves.